Nobody's perfect, ayy, hey, but you're perfect for me. Nobody's perfect, nobody's perfect, ayy.
Men cheat for fundamentally different reasons. I think that men cheat because the opportunity is presented to them and they don't know how to interpret the opportunity, so they're opportunistic. So if the opportunity is presented to them, they really lack the self-control to say no, and they want to act upon it because they don't know if they're going to be able to act upon it again. But women, on the other hand, I feel cheat or leave for a different reason. It's more of an emotional or an attachment. They won't cheat because the opportunity is presented to them, but I think that they would cheat because certain satisfaction qualities of their relationship is not being met. So they're trying to meet that outside of the relationship.
Naturally, when you hear about a long-distance relationship, the topic of cheating comes up. But if you're committed to your partner, then if you see someone you're attracted to, you are able to just cut it off at the friendship and go and express your feelings to your partner.
They're not like they used to be, at least. You know, now we have a lot of females, they jump into relationships too much. They tend to like the wrong guys. They want the guy for the moment. But they need to start looking at the people who have more of a bright future. Instead of, you know, looking at the moment. Like, for an example, I don't understand how people can talk for only like a week or two and then jump into, you know, like a legit relationship. I think they should talk, you know, for at least maybe, you know, between a month to 3 months, or if they really want to go slow, you know, beyond that point in order, you know, to have a strong relationship.
Okay, so relationships today, pretty much there are no actual relationships because there's the good girls who wants all or nothing, you know, who has standards. Either she's gonna follow her morals, her values, and not settle for less. And then there's the other girls who will sleep with you at night and then go about the next day without being in a relationship with you, or either who would just take anything, like take how you treat her and everything.
Funny because I was actually just talking to my roommate yesterday about this, and we were talking about relationships and how they're different, because you always hear your parents say, well, back in my day it wasn't like this, but honestly, relationships today I don't think really are like relationships back in the day, because we have so many options, meaning that because of technology and cell phones and internet and online dating, and everyone has a car, you can get up and travel and go and meet new people all the time. I don't know if it's possible to be faithful nowadays. I really don't, unless you have like an old spirit or old soul, or you really, really believe in love, or it's that time for you to be in a relationship. I don't think it's possible for someone to be 100% committed, just because we have so many options. And one of the big questions out there nowadays is actually, with so many options, can we make up our mind?
I in no means represent the whole male population, but I mean, me personally, I've given up on women as a species. Not because I don't think there's any good women in the world, but because I feel like at this point in my life, I should be focused on other things: career, family, school, trying to graduate. So I think at this point, that's more important to me than developing relationships with some lady. I feel like women spend too much time thinking about settling down, when really they should be spending more time on themselves, like I'm doing.
Oh Lord, my past relationships. Honestly, I don't know if I can say that I've ever really been in a relationship, and that's scary. I'm almost 22, and I can't say that I've ever had a real boyfriend. I know the first guy, I've been in love one time, and the guy that I was in love with, I was with him for over 2 years. In that entire 2 years, I never got the title. We were, you know, supposedly committed to each other. The passion was there, the intimacy was there, but I never got the title. He would never give me the girlfriend title. And then the person that I'm seeing now, you know, we're close and we care about each other and we're committed to each other. But again, I don't have that title. And I mean, it makes you wonder. I feel like, is it something wrong with me, or is it today's society where guys, you want something steady, but if something else catches your eye, you don't want to be tied down too much. It makes you wonder if people are really ready for a relationship nowadays. I feel like guys are kind of like, and girls too, but mostly guys, are kind of like taxi cabs, and you have to catch them like when the light is on. Because if they're not ready, you're not going to get what you want. And I mean, the worst thing a girl can do is wait too long for a guy. If you keep waiting, you're never going to get a relationship out of him.
We do live in a generation of not being in love, because the relationships today, they're not even worth anything at all, pretty much. They always end up lasting, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then boom, on to the next one, which is the reason why, I'm still single. It's because I don't feel like being in love, right now. Many people think, that, like the new saying now, YOLO, you only live once. So people try to do anything they can do, pretty much, instead of being in love, and like they try to wait until the very, very, very last minute to settle down, which sometimes it ends up being too late. I'm not really against it, really. The whole big factor is just as long as like who your partner is. Like, I mean, like let's say y'all been going out, for for a couple of months, whatever, and for a good 4, 5, 6 months, I'll say that's and if y'all get to an area where y'all comfortable about having sex, and y'all talked it out, whatever, then go ahead and go for it. But then again, I'm also not for it, because sex can mess up a relationship.
I feel like at this age, you 18, 19, 20 years old, if you're ready to give up the draws, then give up the draws. I feel like people are too concerned with what other people think about them giving up the draws. If you want to give up the draws, and the dude over there, and you want to give it to him, I don't care if y'all just met, go ahead and give it to him. The problem is people who give up the draws to people they shouldn't give it to. You should be more selective with your partners, not with your timing.
What do I think about people who put their statuses on Facebook? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because basically you are letting your friends know that you're taken. You're letting other people know that, hey, I'm your friend, but I have a boyfriend, so please don't try me in that area. And then there's the people who don't put their status on Facebook. I'm not saying that they are ashamed of their other mate. It's probably because most of their friends aren't really their friends, and they don't want people in their business either. So I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with either one of them.
Alright, that answer, what prohibits most males from being in a relationship? See, that answer's twofold, because there's two parts of that. There's one, the guy has to actually be ready for the relationship. And I always say undergrad is not a conducive environment for a relationship. That's because most dudes at that age range aren't ready. Are there some? Yeah. Most of them? No. Then the second part to that is they got to find the right girl. A lot of people say, oh, dudes can't settle down. No, he just probably don't want to settle down with you. So if a guy tells you, oh, I'm not ready, think about, is he really not ready, or is he just doesn't want to be with me? Got to be honest with yourself out here.